Hi, this is Charles with the second part of the Ancient Battles Deluxe introduction. In the first video I left out ranged combat, which is fairly easy. You can identify a ranged weapon by the hex here, and the range is inside that little hexagon. Indicates that it can shoot at a range of 3, and this is the number of dice that are rolled. So basically the attacker will roll 1 die for each one of the arrows showing on his unit, and he uses the highest of those, and then he gets to add +1 for each supporting unit. The defender rolls a dice, and then plus any missile defense that they have, and plus any terrain if they're located on the terrain. The values are compared, and the results are applied, and then a red action marker is placed on the firing archer unit to indicate that he is not eligible for a melee attack. So he can still be attacked, but he cannot attack. One thing I misspoke in the previous video talking about activating a formation, that they all have to be facing the same direction. They do not have to be facing the same direction unless you are ordering that unit to move. So if a formation has a bunch of adjacent units with a leader, that whole formation can be activated, but they can't be activated to move unless they're facing the same direction. So I basically had misspoke myself earlier. I'm going to correct that. So next we're going to talk about melee. So after all the command points are spent and all the units have basically done everything that they want to do, it becomes the melee phase. So during the melee phase, all of the yellow markers are removed. Red ones stay on the board to indicate that they're not eligible to participate in the melee phase. So you basically just click the clear yellow button up top here. So the first thing that happens is you designate the attacking unit. You place a red marker on him, and you select the defending unit, which will be this guy here. Now if the unit is a light cavalry or a light infantry, a good order light unit, they can retreat 1 hex facing the other direction, and same for cav, except for 2 hexes, and a red marker is placed on them to indicate they're not eligible to participate in melee. But this is a heavy against a heavy. And the one thing I would recommend in the game is to not roll the dice here, but after you figured out all the calculations, because it does, to me, it makes it a little more fun to not calculate until you do the die roll. So the first thing you do is calculate the strength modifier. Now this is how strong this unit is against this unit. In this situation, it's a multiplier that you calculate. So the way the strength modifiers calculated is you add a +1 for the unit itself, and then +1 for each leader that's with that unit. So in this situation, it's 4 times 1 for the unit equals 4, and then 4 times 1 for the unit equals 4. The strength modifier in this situation is the same, 1 to 1. So there's no modifier that's added onto it. So let's take a look if we put a leader with this unit. So now this modifier for this guy is 4 times 1 for the unit, 1 for the leader, which is a total of 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and then 8 to 4 times 1 was 4. So 8 to 4 is a 2 to 1 ratio. So +2 will be added onto the die roll. So the strength modifier for red is 2. The next thing we look at is terrain, which we don't have any terrain here. And the next thing we look at is the attack vector. So going head to head is no modification. If this unit had attacked to the side like that, it would be a +1, +2, and +4. Now just as a note, you can only attack to your front 3 hexes. So if this unit is not able to combat this way. So right now we're looking at a +2 to the die roll, and for the tactical approach vector, it's +4. So our total attack here is +6 to the die roll for the red. So the red player rolls, he gets a 7. And the Blue player rolls, and he gets a 2. So 7-2. We consult the chart, and then we can see that the defender is eliminated. Another result is defender. So he would be eliminated here. And if he got attacker value was greater than 2 times the defense and less than 3, the defender would be disrupted. And you can just flip him over, and you can see how his values will change and stuff. There's also a rally phase where you can use command points to, during the regular activation phase, you can use one of your command points to attempt to rally, and there are certain modifiers for that. If you have a leader with him, he'll get a -2. If he's adjacent to a leader, he'll get a -1. But you have to roll a 1 to rally a unit, or I'm sorry, less than the strength. 1 always rallies. So combat can have a lot of different things. Melee combat can have a lot of different things happening because there's different types of units you can attack. So many different angles you can attack from. And you'll just go back and forth. This guy will do a melee against this guy. Then after the melee is complete, both units, all units who participated, will get a red marker on them and stuff. So lots of fun stuff happen in this game. I hope you enjoyed the introduction to it, and take care.